Hello, everybody. My name is Saint Lucky, and welcome back to Indie Weekend. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Descent into the SS Veilbreaker by Soitek. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's Esiotek on itch.io. As always, I recommend you support the developer on there. This is a bit of an interesting one, as the developer themselves actually reached out to me via email, which has never happened before, so that's pretty neat. If you have recommendations for any games, or if you're a developer yourself and want to have me take a look at a game, there's a Discord link in the description, as well as my email attached to the YouTube. But from what I know, this is a inspired game by Iron Lung. So let's get right into it. Mr. Blackwood, 3 nights ago, the cargo SS Veilbreaker went down in flames off the coast of Scapa Flow. No survivors. The owning company claims it was an accident, a mechanical failure, perhaps a lightning strike. But they're asking for full compensation, and that makes it our problem. You'll descend in the Abyssal Surveyor, locate the wreck, assess the damage, and determine what really happened. Look for signs of fire, breach points, anything that proves or disproves their story. You have limited oxygen and no backup. This isn't an expedition, it's an investigation. Get in, get the evidence, and get out. Find the truth and return. That's all we require. Okay.
Right. Let's get this underway. Your task is to descend to the Veilbreaker's remains and see if you can discern anything that might suggest this wasn't quite the mishap our underwriters seem so keen to accept. The submersible's operation is quite simple. At the rear, you'll find 3 gauges indicating oxygen, pressure, and electricity levels, from top to bottom.
Yep.
Should the electricity dip, the crank beside them will restore it with a few turns. Be mindful that the pressure will increase as you descend. Should the gauge enter the red zone, please pause your descent and allow it to stabilize.
Gotcha.
Your oxygen supply is sufficient for approximately 25 minutes, so
Okay.
please utilize your time effectively. The lever at the front controls vertical movement and speed.
Yep.
And there's an indicator next to it displaying your distance from the wreck.
Uh-huh.
Now, please proceed and report back your findings promptly. Oh, and one final note. The pilot of the previous expedition apparently thought it prudent to open the rear door. Need I elaborate on the consequences? Please, for the sake of our company's finances and your continued employment, ensure that door remains firmly shut.
Gotcha. Alright, so we gotta watch our oxygen, electricity, and our pressure. So we can keep going down at a full descent. It's a slow but painful maneuver. What does this valve do? Nothing. Okay. Just don't touch this valve. Gotcha. A little bit more electricity in this bitch. Oh, we should probably slow our descent. Let's slow it. There we go. Alright, and we'll let the pressure go back up, or down. Yeah, down? I'm not a waterologist. I don't know how the pressure system works. We want it to get to a good point, a non-crushing point. As being crushed in here like a bunch of sardines in a can would be undesirable. Oh, this is quite the interesting little voyage we're on. So, like he said, it is inspired by Iron Lung, but I do like how he's doing his own kind of unique spin on it by presumably making it less horror and eldritch based and
Splendid. You're descending now, are you?
more of a investigation
Coming
style.
through the dossier here, Veilbreaker, Captain. The name does stir a memory. Seems our esteemed captain had something of a record, implicated in no fewer than half a dozen unfortunate incidents by the look of it. Now,
Okay, so these are
no
just
disrespect to the departed, heaven forbid, but, well, the sea is oft a lonesome mistress, is she not? And sailors, God bless them, are known on occasion to seek
Nah, I don't really get what you mean. I'm a virgin. But like I said, he seems to be doing more of an investigatory thing. Oh? Hello? Or maybe it's not. Maybe it is horror. Yeah, we must have... Oh, pressure, under pressure. Doom, 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 doom. Pressure, pushing down on me, pushing down on you. You're an asshole. Alright, our pressure's looking good. Let's continue our descent. We're schmoving pretty quickly, though. We're already at 1,700. That's like 300 or 400 down. I can't remember what we started at. Yeah, crank that electricity, yeah. Because we need to schmove it and move it as quick as possible because we don't... The oxygen is the one thing we can't change. Okay. Well, at first I thought maybe we just hit a few rocks, but I don't think rocks make that noise. I don't think they make that noise at all. I'm just gonna assume we're fine. Continue our... Oh.
Already? Lost power? Is a few turns of the crank truly so taxing? I did instruct you to monitor the gauges. This is not some idle underwater excursion. Focus on the task. Watch your instruments and spare us from any further amateur missteps.
I am watching it. My power flickered. Like, what? Jack off? Like, I'm not sitting here cranking my hog. Rips it off and... These are the kind of things you need to entertain yourselves when you're a certain amount of depth in the water. Crank that hog. Crank that hog. I like this light fixture. It's very roaring 20s. It's very astute, very... I don't fucking know. Slow down our descent a bit so we don't fucking kill ourselves. Da, 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 da. Under pressure. Boom, doom, doom, doom. It's gonna be stuck in my head all day today. It's all because of you, water game. Mr. Veilbreaker. Mr. Veilbreaker, oh Mr. Veilbreaker, we're on our way down. Alright, 1,200 more to go. We are moving with great speedosity, great fortitude, great tenacity, great ambition, if you will. I will say, like, I know there's a lot of people who have a deep fear of the water, and my fear of the water is actually that. It's that, believe it or not.
We've lost power again. This is the second occurrence, and at such a critical juncture, no less. I fail to see how maintaining basic function of the crank and gauges proves so difficult.
Okay, well that was odd indeed. We just lost the power again. But my fear of water isn't in deep water, actually. Like, this, I'd probably not care about. It's shallow water. The reason being is because I'm apparently more scared of the inconveniences, such as jellyfish, crabs, sea urchin. I'm like, whenever I visit the beach and I'm in the ocean, right, my main worry, honest to God, is what if I step on something sharp and pointy and have that hurt me? You could put me in the middle of the ocean. I mean, granted, assuming I'm not alone. You know, at that point, it's not even the fear of what'll get me. It's will I make it back to land? But you could put me in. We could be on a boat in the middle of the ocean, and someone could say, "Hey, want to go for a swim?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." No fear. But again, it's weirdly enough, I guess it's just the inconveniences. You know what I do, and I talked about this during the Mirror's Edge gameplay. Let's Play. The gameplay. Heights. I'm not inherently afraid of heights. However, my body is. Like, my brain's like, we're fine. We know we're fine. But my body will literally, my legs will literally start to ache, as I guess they're trying to simulate. What? What was that? Do I write that on my insurance quote? Does that go down as part of the investigation? Scary old sea captain spotted at 750 depth. I feel like we should go back up now. Just a little more pressure, and we further our descent.
The door handle has shifted. Did my instructions somehow escape you? I was perfectly clear. The door was to remain untouched. And now, with the pressure as it stands, it cannot be properly secured. One truly does wonder about the standards of this organization. These costly missteps, entirely avoidable.
Hello? Why did it sound like someone was walking on top of the submarine? And he said I can't tighten it up? That's concerning. That's very concerning. But hey, we're almost there. We're almost there. No, that's not the bottom. I guess this isn't a meter to the bottom. It's a meter to the ship, which, now that I think about it, would be on the bottom. I doubt it is floating suspended in the water. That would be quite weird. All right. Almost there. 390 more to go. We are going to have to slow down, though. Hey. Hey. Hey! The crank is... That was weird. The crank, for our depth, just automatically started lowering itself. How odd indeed. Well, you know what? We're almost there. No more ooky spooky for us, because...
The indicator suggests we're nearing the site. Now, as instructed, turn your attention to the left viewport. The Veilbreaker's remain should come into view shortly.
Oh yeah, I see it. There it is. Cranks for the electricity. No speed. Oh, we're descending. We're descending very quickly. No. Oh! Did we just get boarded? We did. Okay. Well, that was interesting. I was not expecting that. That was a neat game. I will say, when it said inspired by Iron Lung and I saw the setting, I was like, might be a little too similar, but I liked it. It was definitely unique enough that I wasn't like sitting here going, this is just an Iron Lung clone. No, it was pretty unique. I would like to see more of it, is what I'm saying. I think it'd be very interesting to actually get to the bottom and investigate the ship and have spooky stuff outside of the submarine. I think that would be really cool. I'm not sure what the developer has in mind for this game, but I am definitely interested to see more. So with that, leave a like, comment, subscribe even if you want to see the channel grow. And like I said before, give this developer some love over on itch.io. Again, link in the description. And as always, hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.